Hey everybody, this is JudgeSpektre. Appearing to you for the very first time live. I know, right? First time for everything. There's a reason why I'm appearing in this format, because I can't really upload videos like I was once able to do. It's a long story as to why I'm doing it this way, and as to why I've been gone for so long, but I want to get right to the crux of why I'm making this video. The subject that I've stayed very quiet about for a very, very long time, that I've known about even before I left. And that is the upcoming Star Wars Episode VII, directed by J.J. Abrams. I've said zero about this. And this ties into something else, actually. My original plan was to do my first ever live action video where I appeared physically on camera. Was going to be like a skit, a review with skits, where I was going to be in a robe as a just dark JudgeSpektre guy, and I was going to be depressed reviewing The Force Unleashed 2. The Force Unleashed 2 was obviously the subject of, the main video, because I thought that game was fucking bad. Anyway, time passed, I didn't have the resources I needed to pull it off, and eventually I just realized I really didn't want to do it. I didn't want to buy the game, I didn't want to download it, I didn't want to borrow it, or anything. I really had zero interest in doing that review. And to tie it all back, the reason why I haven't talked about Star Wars Episode VII is because I'm like, I guess. I appreciate the fact that J.J. Abrams seems to be trying his best to thoroughly unfuck a series that has been very fucked for a long time. But Star Wars is honestly something I feel like I've sort of moved on from in terms of being a big fan. When that happens, it usually happens for one of two reasons, or sometimes a combination. In this case, I think it is a combination. Typically, I'm a very obsessive person by nature, so whenever I find something new and interesting, I typically just obsess over it and devour all avenues of knowledge on it until I bore myself with it and I move on to something else. Second case that I move away from a particular thing would be when it goes downhill in my perception to a certain degree so far that I feel like I'm wasting my time and I need to get out now. It's like the motherfucking Titanic is fucking sinking. Get the hell out. Don't go down. Like, avoid the iceberg. Get off. So, Star Wars is a combination effect. I feel like I invested a great deal of my energy when I was a younger man, both in the movies and the video games. And over the last decade or so, I've sort of begun to believe that the return of that investment has not been what I hoped it would be. Rather than progressively getting more impressive, Star Wars has regressed into being less and less recognizable as anything that I would like. In the video game realm, it's gotten worse. In the movie format, well, you already know the prequel trilogy. I've said my piece on that. That's not to say I'm not going to mention it again, because I'm going to talk about the prequel trilogy in a few minutes. But I felt like my return on my investment is really not what I thought it would be, so I'm moving on from that. Like, I just left it behind. So yeah, the news of Star Wars, Episode VII, really just, I can barely muster the energy to fucking shrug at this point. Like this, that's maximum effort you can get out of me for Episode VII. I guess. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, at this point for me, Star Wars has sucked so much metric tons of shit. That's not correct. Has sucked metric tons of shit for so long, that's better, that I don't see any upwards mobility that I care about. The only reason I believe that Star Wars has even avoided becoming Highlander in terms of its reputation is the fact that there were a couple of good movies right out of the gate and it was a larger audience, a bigger impact. That's the only reason that this film franchise has not ended up the way of fucking Highlander. Because there's because it's the fucking same thing. Movies start off with good, then it just gets progressively worse. But there's a difference with Highlander and Star Wars. I guess you could say that Highlander fans are more down to earth, like me. Like, there are fucking... The general populace that goes to see these movies are simpletons. Or people who just don't know any better, who will just play mental chess in their minds to make whatever piece of shit Star Wars has a Star Wars logo on it, is shoveled in front of them. They'll justify it as being good. What did Highlander fans do whenever every shit movie came out? Sure, we came back to the series, but we didn't pretend it was any good. Find one Highlander fan out there who knows his stuff, his or her stuff, and will tell you Highlander the Source was a great fucking movie. Or a good movie. Or an enjoyable movie. Or even barely a fucking movie. You won't find one. Because it sucked, and we know it sucked. But you get fans who know in their own hearts the prequel trilogy was a big, was a big bag of dicks. It was about as cool as a bucket of dicks. Yeah. One of my brother's lines. But, yeah, they know it, but they won't say it. I'll freely acknowledge Highlander is shit. Now, people don't do that. But anyway, I haven't really talked about Star Wars. Sorry, that was kind of a tangent of mine. I always wanted to compare Highlander fans to Star Wars fans and see the contrast. Doesn't really matter, but anyway. I don't really care about Star Wars Episode VII. I don't. I'm barely mustering the energy to give a shit about going to see Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice, or whatever cheesy, corny, ridiculously dumbass title they're going with. Trust me, I think it's something along those lines. I don't know. It's pretty stupid sounding. I barely have enough energy to care about seeing that. Star Wars, if I have like $10 in a free weekend, I may go see it. I don't know. But anyway, cutting through all the Star Wars shit, don't care, might see it, might not. Force Unleashed, not going to talk about it, not going to review it, don't give a shit. There's going to be more stuff coming from me. I know I've said that before, but there is. It's just going to be longer getting it out because of my situation. But anyway, yeah, this is the man behind the mask, so to speak, or the man behind the voice, or the voice synthesizer. And want to get this video out of the way, let you guys know where I stand, and let you know I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here, although content's coming at the speed of evolution. It's still coming. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Look forward to more, and hope you don't become disillusioned with me over time because I just take forever to do stuff. Well, anyway, if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. Fine. This is JudgeSpektre, signing out. See you guys.